And what if these
She is being hunted.
slip through this nexus?
Well,
I'm sorry?
What if these planes slip through this nexus? And we've already received information that the null void is potentially in play, so.
Leon, I've heard you are a great dragon slayer.
Indeed.
Yes. Yes.
I can guarantee your odds of success are higher without my presence. Although I can give as much guidance as I would like.
I'm sure we're all fully capable. The girl can do something else.
So, while that may be true, you do know that the layer is labyrinthine. So, but a locate object would probably suffice to find.
So let me clarify what I was saying. I apologize, I meant to, or I kind of insinuated that you had some possession over this item B, that it was in your family's treasure board. Which is awesome.
You are right in that assumption.
So
Squinting.
if we retrieve this item and use it for our purposes, would it be offending you?
By no means.
Excellent.
They're gonna steal from your uncle.
You are.
Well,
Stealing from my uncles.
normally I don't condone stealing, but
Rightfully, I believe it is not. It does not
Things
belong
are
to
a
the family
bit-
coordinates.
Okay, now go, Alicia.
I would
serious.
be willing to assist in retrieving the item. Me too.
There's dragons.
Angela says, with a little more clarity, I think we might be there. So what I'm understanding is we've ascertained that we need to assemble the cap and place it.
Yep.
Which means we need to retrieve the piece either by negotiation or, if necessary, by force from Lord Zal. And then assemble the cap and place it. Meanwhile, we need someone to go
You get the piece.
liberate the statue.
Acquire.
Yes, the statue of the female Dawnlight. It's a wife. Yes, the wife.
We got it.
And- But that still doesn't solve the problem of getting the cap to the Nexus unless we can ascertain where it's at exactly.
We would need.
And Yura says, perhaps if we had the cap, as our young elven friend has said, the cap would lead us to the Nexus directly. Or maybe Oleander would intervene and let us know where the cap is, though we might have to persuade him of his error.
We would probably be better if we split off into groups, like three groups go different ways. One to find Nexus, one to get the last
We
piece,
get
and
the
the other
last
one to get
puzzle,
down.
we get the last puzzle piece, the artifact will point, will transport us to the next one. We also can't.
And Yura says, or I was going to say, Brunson will say, before Ember can speak, Brunson said, just be aware, there's strange things afoot. While that cap may be designed to take us to the Nexus if we've assembled it, we've been warned not to assemble it until we are in the presence of the Nexus. That's the problem. And on top of that, the more the Nexus potentially slips, the more challenging it will become to trust in an artifact such as the cap to take us where we need to go.
Someone needs to get in contact with Oleander. He said he knows where it is, right?
We could try, but communications have been difficult in and out of the cove.
Out of the way question.
How do we leave it to
Didn't
go?
we know of a group of acquaintances, for lack of a better term, that were near the Nexus searching for its exact location?
Yes, the pirate that Jane, part of the origin probably ran into, and actually, Bazor confirmed when Victor mentioned that was the correct Nexus that she was searching for, and someone said, I think it was Angela said, that they had confirmed that one of Oleander's agents had located the Nexus, but you don't know for sure if it was Jane who had located the Nexus, which means it would be probably inside that.
Well, we heard some
Some
origin
of us
party.
have been there.
To the nebula where she was searching at?
Yes.
Okay.
And some of us know Jane and could send for her location.
Yes,
Theoretically, if the magic would reach her.
right.
Well, we're leaving North Diamond Cove to go halfway across the world in order to go Didn't play a storm, you can just send from somewhere else.
Correct, but then you wouldn't be necessarily able to communicate back with us. And Euro says, I've had a thought about that. Those who are staying behind could transfer their residency from Diamond Cove to Adventure Island, and there be safe from the ravages of the storm. My men there have told me just this day that it is north enough not to be stricken by whatever it is that's hitting the cove.
Not getting wet anymore.
I could see that. I mean, it's a little risky going by sea. It would have to probably go magically. I could teleport myself there if I'm not going with either of you, and so far it doesn't look like I'm going to.
Is there ale to drink?
There are no drinks in the room whatsoever, no water, and the room is starting to get warm.
We have
Despite
pages,
the breeze.
we can send the pages to get some.
That's not me. That's fine with me.
The wind starts picking up.
Okay. It's breezy, it's more breezy in the room every 30 seconds or so.
Thank you, Dorothy.
He's a good friend.
I don't go with all these people. I know all these people going to get like the stuff for the cat. What about us then? No, we're
You can play dragons.
I don't think I'm gonna fight the dragon.
You have to choose to go or stay.
Charlotte says, if you don't go with me, then you would stay with Princess Angela, and I'm sure she would keep you safe. But I'm not sure if I have a part of this, really.
Then they need to find a place that, or people that they think they can trust and help us in finding the things that we need.
It would be wise to speak with Lord Zal to determine whether or not we are to face opposition. We would be giving up too much surprise if we say we're interested.
I believe we should start with an augury to ask if it's interested in handing it over peacefully.
Are Jasmine and Dorking kind of close? No.
They're both
They probably relatively close.
I know, I was going to ask them a question, because
Okay.
I
They're
don't.
probably close to
Oh,
each
close,
other.
she means close in the room, so,
Yes, close in
no.
the room.
Because they're sitting on the couch and he's sitting in a chair.
I don't
They're not
want to
that far
ask
away.
one if you want, but I will contribute.
It's taken me by stay here if
And Euro
we don't
says,
know what is outside.
I am still able to commune with Athena and ask a number of questions if that is of merit. Also, I think it would be wise to speak with this Lord Zal. Perhaps he will return the puzzle piece and save going to his realm at all.
Then we need to,
How about,
Yeah, let's augury that.
how about you ask then if he's willing to return the puzzle piece?
I could do that. I have one augury, but then after that, it's a commune and it's 14 questions.
Anyone is willing to turn over anything.
I think you.
I did the math in my head.
Correct.
I guess, ask what,
The white price.
Say it again.
I would guess,
We're doing
I'm saying, you have to be very careful with questions.
I guess, ask the question, is Lord Zal willing
I'm not
to
very
give the piece over, just like, in general, like,
Lady Clue.
not like, not my close friend.
Lady Clue,
Willing to give us.
if I may ask you a question.
Yeah, that's the real thing.
How willing would you be to part with this item? Is he growing very attached to it?
I don't know if he knows it's there. I'm sure he does, but I don't know his commitment to it.
Yeah, he would rather eat everyone in this room than give up a single silver piece of the whole.
I will say, he does not like sharing anything.
So he's not up for
I'm going
trade?
to move by like
Very
the
unlikely.
Maybe
If you retrieve this item, she
she's
will
going
most likely
to quietly
have
ask him a
more
question.
stuff.
Okay.
May I ask what,
She needs to
Solar
know
dragon.
if he can cast.
So you may ask,
The
I
sixth
mean,
one.
I know the answer.
didn't mention blue earlier.
He might be.
Does Orpheus cast 6 level spells? No, right? No,
Yes, he does.
he does not.
You can't achieve.
If we should be in different parts.
So you're referring to memory.
I have a spell that can change the Donalite from stone to flesh. It may be worth knowing,
Yes.
another person knowing.
Blue.
Jasmine has to.
I didn't make my way to you. I don't know where everybody's at in there, so I figured I'm closest to him.
What time is it?
It's 10 plus.
10:23.
10:23.
Okay, we're doing good. All right, so here's what I propose. A detachment, and we won't play this out, but we'll develop it. A detachment of the group using locate object goes to the dungeons to find the mirror, reach out by that means. While you can contact him by another means, as easy as like sending or something like that, Angela has known him for a while, and he will not receive it well. So if you contact, they produce, and Abdul can confirm this as well, that they produce those mirrors with the intent of being able to communicate with people on the prime material plane. The royalty of both the plane of water and the demi-plane of storms do that. And so they give them to trusted allies on the prime material plane. Contacted by that means kind of automatically means at least neutral, if not friendly response. Contacted by some other means, it's like somebody's voice popping up in your head, and that's not the same thing. Okay, so she's saying her mirror, which was given to her by Lord Zal, was apparently destroyed in the process of him stealing from her and the party going after him. But her father's mirror, or maybe it was her mother's, she's not sure which. No, I got that wrong, I'm sorry. Her uncle's mirror, or her aunt's, she's not sure which, because it's Angela, and her uncle is Lord Ryan. It should still be in the dungeon, in the treasure hoard, vaults, whatever you call it, below it.
Then we need to
So
go.
he suggests, she's suggesting somebody goes there, retrieves it, brings it back to this room. We'll reach out to Lord Zal and see if he is willing. Somebody has to come there and get it, whatever. And Audrey could first be asked whether he's just willing to get over peacefully if you want to do that. But he's pretty likely to answer if we just ask him. So there's no real reason to ask Athena, will Lord Zal say yes or no? You can just ask Lord Zal yes or no. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Raise your hand if you're part of the trip to the treasure in the dungeon, in the under North Diamond Cove Keep. Going. Yes? Anybody else?
Is this like
Yes.
one of the two options? Or
No, this is right now. We're going to be done in 10 minutes. We're not going to play it out. I just need to know who's going down there to help find it. Somebody with a locate object.
All three of the pages are going.
Who has a locate object? You do?
Is this in place of going to the Dragon's Word?
No.
No.
This is right now. It's going to be done in 10
Yeah.
minutes. Okay. All right. So that group of people, you know who you are. You go down. You see huge vaults, chests. It's a labyrinthine, columns reach up to the ceiling, a little bit of stalactites. It's obviously a natural cave originally. Locate objects is cast. Roll percentile dice.
I have my sword out.
Okay. Good call.
Oh,
Hey, Arden.
we love it so
The
much.
halfling carrying a sword larger than.
Wait, I brought my weapon.
Dorking wants to learn stone.
Yeah, okay, well, I did better than that, and it's my roll, so, all right? So, Jasmine casts locate object, and after about another 5 or 10 minutes or so, you find the mirror wrapped in paper.
I just don't know who's going in what group.
Apparently, I left my
Somebody should
prop
have stone to
mirror at home, so I don't know how that happened, unless we discover between today and tomorrow. But anyway, so there is a mirror,
Let's change
it's
it
an
to
oval
stone
mirror
to flesh.
that will hang on a wall, and it has like blue and silver gems set in the glass.
I can help with this. What's?
It's not very big, it's like this big. However, those of you who went roll a d20, highest number is the one who actually first laid their hands on it.
19.
19.
9,
Anyway,
20,
all right, check his roll, make sure it's a 20, don't touch your dice.
Okay, I'll put that down.
All right, Jason got it.
Yeah.
What'd you roll? All right, so Jason, so Adam picked it up, okay? Adam picked up the mirror. It's not heavy, it's like.
Don't be in your group.
Okay,
Right.
I mean.
the successful troop,
Good luck.
yeah, you completed an adventure, returns back to the room, okay? With the mirror. It hasn't done anything special. Okay. Princess Angela dusts it off, she sets it up, okay? She sets it up on the wall, on a nail, she takes a picture down, it's up on the wall. She
I
steps
still have my
up,
sword out.
she steps up and she touches the side of the mirror. As she does that, Precipice jumps down off of the back of the chair and goes under the chair. Anyone else reacting at all?
I'm closing down.
Closing down? What are you doing? Hiding?
I'm also hiding.
Hiding?
I said in battle stance.
Ariana?
I just switched backwards.
Okay, scooch back a little
I
bit.
have my sword in hand just in case. Hides in the back of the room.
Okay?
They need what now?
Staff is saying.
She's activating the mirror.
Oh, I'm not.
I'll walk up next to the
Jasmine is standing near her.
I'm standing up to you.
Ryan got the sword and stands like next to the mirror, like,
Okay?
And I do
So a
have,
lot of standing up, some moving back, that kind
I
of
do
thing.
have my sword out.
Okay? Alright? And she says, she touches the mirror and she says something in ancient Geopian. Raise your hand if you speak ancient Geopian.
Oh, wait.
Ancient,
You don't.
ancient only. Ancient Geopian going once. Jasmine's only once. Jasmine and Dawn. And Blue. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, down to two.
I picked up a little bit of it.
Okay, roll d20. So the two of you will get it.
Doesn't,
no, or just,
doesn't.
No, it's Geopian, not ancient. Right? Ron? Brunson is Geopian, not ancient, right? Okay. Alright, so the two of you got it.
Which means my intelligence.
Nope. Okay. So, what's your intelligence?
16.
So you have an 8 or less on that. Okay. So the two of you got it. And what she says, no one else has this information unless they share it. She says, I am friend to Lord Zal. Show me Lord Zal. Okay. And then she touches the mirror. I'll give Theon friend. Okay. Somewhere in the middle, twice. All right. And she touches it. As she touches it, there's a bubbling of water that comes out of the glass. About a foot, and it goes, and it sucks back in. Now you see, it looks like you're looking into an aquarium, basically, moving water behind. There's no fish. But on that, you see moving water behind the glass. And then, after a second, a face appears, and basically it's shiny light on one side, and then the other side trails off in like fine bubbles, and so it has no shape really at all. Okay? And she says, well, I got it straight. Candace? You hear from the mirror, Candace? And Angela says, no, Lord Saul, it is me, Angela. Ugh, Angela.
Wow.
She said, I am using my mother's mirror. He says, of course you are. Proceed. He says, we wanted to inquire about the chest that was taken from my chamber last night. In it was a piece of something that we need. Any chance we could get it back? Okay, everyone roll a saving throw versus spell. Wisdom bonus applies.
What's that?
Roll a d20 high. D20.
Am I rolling for both characters?
Nope.
Oh, you're terrible. It's fine, it's still a 1.
my first roll of the retreat, baby.
Idiot.
Did you make it?
No.
You rolled a 1. What's your save?
You need a high
One's a one. One's a one. One's a one. It fails every time. Even if your save is 2.
Oh, we're supposed to come.
You didn't roll high.
Well, within my 87 hit points, they'll keep me alive.
Anybody did not make it, roll, there's one miss.
I'm
Hey,
Put your hand up if you fail.
You're rolling it?
What do you need?
What was it? Say
Why do you think I'm-
Spell.
I failed.
8.
Okay, you roll.
1.
You should not be happy about that.
I'm not the only one.
Dan bought me this dice for this stuff.
So I thought I brought my metal dice, but I actually brought my glass
Oh, you gave me
dice.
the die roll too. It's one of the ones you gave me.
So I'm low-key sad about it.
They epic failed.
Hey, check this out. Jason just used his reroll a save and made the second save.
Just about to say, don't forget, you
I
bought
missed my one and got
possible
it.
items.
You missed by one on the first one, made it by the second one. Okay, just roll your hand if you failed. Or raise your hand if you failed. There's 1, 2, anybody else? 3, 4. Okay. All right. So, what happens is,
Listen.
Lord Zal's face, the face that you were seeing in the mirror, comes through the mirror into the room. So it's extending out about 10 feet. And he swoops across the room. As he does that, who said they were standing next to the mirror? Xavier, all 3 of you get wet. Okay? No negative effect, but you get wet. There's water dropping.
I got hit too, because I was
You're
just.
there too, okay? All right? And basically what he does is he really quick scans the room, looking at each person. Okay? Now when he does that, at one point in time, he wraps almost completely around Jasmine. He doesn't touch her, but the water spraying on her. And as that's happening, you can see little bits of electricity that are playing in the water, like you really don't want to touch it straight, because it's electrified. But then you see bits of water that are popping off, like making a sizzling noise. And that's what's hitting the people that are nearby. Okay? And then it only lasts for about 10 seconds, and they suck back in the earth. Okay?
Drawing weapon.
And basically, yeah. All right, so weapons are drawn,
Can I
whatever's getting ready.
roll my other save to avoid that?
No, you weren't damaged. So
Drawing sword.
if you failed your save, basically you just felt your heart racing. Like you realized that it was like you were in the presence of something that was very scary.
Cold as ice.
Okay? Not like you couldn't act, you're not terrified, just you felt your heart start beating really fast.
Right, volunteers are going to the room.
He goes back in. Okay, listen up. Here we go. Then he's back. You see his face in the mirror. He's gone for a second as it snaps back, and then his face is back and it has shape again. And he says, "Bring her to me, and I will give her the chest."
Who?
Who?
What
What do you think?
Jackson?
Okay. Angela looks around and he says, "Who? Bring who? There's a lot of hers here." He says, "Bring me the little one. I owe her a life debt, and I will give her the chest."
Selena, it's you.
The little one.
I'm not the little one.
Angela slowly turns her head and looks at Selena.
Then he struck with lightning.
Rosie runs over and hugs her like, "No, don't take my friend!" So lots of gaze falls on her. And
Yeah, he struck her with lightning.
Angela raises her hand and says, "Listen, she's little. She's small." And Lord Zal says, "Final offer. I will give you the piece, the chest. You can even have the coins. But I will give it to her, and to her alone."
I'm to it.
Get up there!
Okay.
Charlotte says, "I'll go with her."
I will come in here.
Can I go?
I go to.
May I
No, I'm already at the mirror.
go? No, I will go.
Angela says, "It's a risk, but it's worth taking." And I think there is a legend pertaining to, "I'm waiting in the mirror." I'm sorry, we're debating. There's a lot going on here, and are you a princess or not? I am a princess.
I
She says,
chuckle a little.
"Very well. We'll get ourselves together and then come. In the meantime, you're dismissed." And he says, "Huh!" in the mirror.
She
Okay.
said that she walked up there.
Okay.
I walk up there next to Selena.
Angela says, "I have pledged myself to protect her, but I cannot go." Charlotte says, "I've already said I'll go,
What about us?
cousin."
I'll do it.
I go.
"But you said," Charlotte says, "it is true." And then she looks at her skirt. "Will you go with me?"
Okay.
Chiron? Who? The outsider's with me, I am not afraid.
The other pages you can save them. And not risk them all at once.
Not too much liability for another place.
Angela says, I'm not sure it works that way. She looks at Edgar. Athena has already spoken that the three of them would somehow be instrumental in this task. I believe they must stay together. If we risk one, we'll risk all.
I think the reason he,
I wouldn't trust him.
Besides,
I might take his head off with my sword.
to deny them the opportunity to be a
That's a
hero.
little brutal.
And the journey of a lifetime, sure.
Is Bono in the room?
He's not.
If Bono were here, I believe he would have something to say to that. I'll look to his daughter.
Perhaps.
She's more like her
We
mother.
could take to.
She's
Now,
not
here
like
that
Bono.
with the appearance, the sound, and the presence of the young page, while the page is still safely elsewhere.
Well, we have a solution to one problem, so let's hop to it.
And Yara says, I wouldn't risk betraying him at this point. If you're going to make the trade, get him to give you the chest. I would play straight with him. The demi-plane of storms is precipices. There is one other way. That's the precipice. No. He jumps up onto the chair. He says, I have an ally in the plane of water. Judith is her name. Some of you know her, I think. She was to be Lord Saul's mistress, his concubine. Some time ago, we rescued her from being forced into that relationship. Perhaps she could assist us.
Not risky.
We already know that he says he is willing to trade. What do you think that Julep could do for us that you could not? She could probably ask him to do something that he wouldn't otherwise do, I think. I think he's still pining for her. Oh, dear. You don't think he saw me when he searched the room? Do you think he recognized any of you? Weren't some of you there when we stopped the wedding?
I was not.
What was that?
At the last retreat, it was one of the two adventurers. I believe Victor was there. You went to the plane of water and stopped her from, rescued her basically from being married to Lord Saul.
Yeah, I guess I was there.
Yeah, okay.
But I didn't look at this.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming back to
Would have been my mother,
Oh,
not
coming
me.
back to me.
Basil was there.
Must have been your parents.
It would have been the clone if it was anything.
Could be.
Because I can't remember, if Laura
Huh?
was there, Lorelai's phone was there.
Yes, the clone first found out she was the clone at the retreat.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, it was another version of it. Just not as good of it.
I wouldn't know, so
So-
I'm like, I don't know
All right.
any stuff you're
So
talking about.
we're heading toward conclusion, we're mopping this up, we got a little bit of housework to go, but, so what we need, what appears clear, correct me if I get this wrong, is that you have essentially developed two quests, is that not the case?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the first quest? Somebody put it into words.
Like the dragons or subterfuge.
Okay, so go to Clume's, which should be rightfully Clume's lair, as she's now exposed that possibility to way more people than she ever intended to, but it's an important matter. And so one group would go to the lair and possibly risk fighting an ancient blue dragon and all of his minions, very, very possibly combat oriented. I mean, you can try to sneak in, but it's not, doesn't usually work with ancient dragons because they see invisible things, they smell you at about 2 miles away. I mean, so it's not impossible, but it is near impossible to sneak in. So it's probably going to be considerable combat. And the other quest, sorry,
Well, I had a question about that too.
Yes.
Because Don favors the young, so wouldn't I go
probably,
with Selena?
probably. Yeah, you can't, like, you're thinking to yourself, like, if she would die on that quest, you probably couldn't live with yourself afterwards. So that's probably a thing, yeah. Okay, and then the other quest then would be that one, taking Selena and the pages to Lord Zal to retrieve the chest from him, which in theory has the last puzzle piece. Now, what remains then out, so that if you successfully get a Donalai and you successfully get a piece, you still would have to find the Nexus and place the cap. The actual placing of the cap would theoretically be Precipice and his wife, okay? And they would probably place the
If she
cap.
even wants to be his
If-
wife.
Now, I will say this, Precipice does warn that
Always have a choice.
if she is a Donalai turned to stone, which I think we've ascertained that that is the case, turning her back will be possibly dangerous, because, again, they have this inability to be rescued by magic. So she could die irrevocably into turning her back. Although the good news is there are two other smaller Donalai that are in the picture that Clume described, right? And one of them may be a female. So if one of the three of them survive, that might be enough to get the job done.
And it's the only lead we got.
And it's the only one you got, right? So basically we have two quests. One is go into a dragon's lair, which is definitely going to be harsh and possibly very physical. And the other is take Selena to get the chest. And Charlotte and the pages, Charlotte and the outsiders, Charlotte and those outsiders who wish to remain faithful to Charlotte anyway, are going with Selena. Okay?
Okay, everybody group up.
Ricky, what's your character's name?
A stir.
Physically get up. Turn your picture.
Say that again?
Okay.
Should we physically get up and go?
Yeah, Sherry's gonna make a list for us. She's already in process over
Who
here.
else is going with the,
Okay, everybody going with Selena and the pages. Raise your hand.
Or your picture, if your other character is going, is fine. So she can write down characters.
So they're going to Zal?
Correct.
This is a very important decision.
Yes, Dorkian, so, it is not planner opposed.
Yeah.
So water and storms are not planner opposed, that would be earth,
Jason?
but it is a little risky.
Does Dorkian
No?
get a feeling as to where he should go?
Changing your mind.
He's definitely opening the sensors here, like, this is sort of a fated decision as far as he's concerned.
No, not for sure, just that he should go.
Oh,
He needs to be moving on, so.
Brunson would probably say something like, oh.
It's kind of risky either way. I mean, go fight an ancient blue dragon or go to the planet storms.
Abdo? Going with them or no?
I'm going to the,
Dragon?
going to the dragon.
Yay,
I know
Okay.
the dragon fighters.
I have Dorkin, Chiron, is that how you say that?
Xavier's going with the dragon.
Brunson, Spearmove, Clume, Astrid, Victor, Dawn, Charlotte, and the three pages.
Where's Jake going?
Mr.
They both
Jake
can't
would
go to the
probably-
same place.
Jake would probably want to go to the
One's gotta go one way, one goes the other. So.
Yeah, where's Victor going? Is he going to the Dragons?
Victor, no, Victor's going with the pages.
Yeah, come with
Pages get hurt.
Come with Brunson.
Let's go down to the pages?
Yeah.
Okay, Brunson, Jake's gonna
I need a meat shield.
I need a meat shield. I need a meat shield, I know.
Going to Clume's lair.
Jake, come sacrifice yourself.
Adam, is that Jason's?
Yeah. Xavier.
This Ryan is.
Yeah, you're gonna want to tell them about that, but you're not going.
Lorelai?
Oh,
Going
is
to
this for the dragon fight?
Drag out.
Go.
I don't do that tongue.
As soon as they get done making noise.
you should
Drag. Not listen to that.
I just realized.
The blue dragon is quite the challenge. I got you. Basil and Leon. Josh,
Are you cutting dress for?
Ren?
You can ask them to do something right in a second. So we have this
No?
sort of.
Okay.
Okay, we got lists.
Yep.
Does it look functional? Okay, so
What's up?
so between our day and sessions. All of us, they can't look in some sessions, they have kids.
What's
They
that?
have 8 to 10 kids.
Oh.
Unless somebody else is willing to have that, I guess.
I'm in the same session as you, so it doesn't matter.
Regardless, I presented.
Goofy stuff on the wall, you're not supposed to-
Aaron Gardner playing
Dan, how much time do you have for all this?
Less than an hour. No, I'm close to done. It's about 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a little
How
before.
long for what?
Because I have a lot of, there's a
In
lot.
theory, it goes until the next time it would pass, so next is 12 midnight, so that's probably until then.
RJ, what
I know.
is Xavier, what class?
Straight fire.
Yeah, he's a really tough sword.
Humans,
I have another lady from my church who is awesome.
Xavier.
Leon, Tara. We got enough fighters.
Move him to, move RJ to the other group?
No, I was just, Alicia's working on that. I was just talking about having enough fighters in both groups. Strength. And in the Palace Pages group, we have Victor,
I had to refresh my memory.
Astor, I don't know what he is.
You got the Paladin, Sharon's a Paladin.
Who is that?
No, Aaron's character is Paladin.
Oh, Tyron?
Yeah, Chiron's a Paladin.
Yeah, Brunson's
Brunson's wizard.
Jake, what's Jake?
Jake is a knight.
I am part of the outside.
Dawn.
Dawn, you have Paladin.
Victor. And then in the other group, we have Adam, Xavier, Taya, and Leon, and Bazor.
Isn't Xavier a thief?
Ryan,
Or is it
He said he's a fighter.
And we all get together and create.
And then we've got Jasmine, Lorelai, and the other group has
Ryan's in the dragon group.
both parties have a row. Or someone with a row.
Jasmine and Lorelai in one group, and we have
Oh, also, so,
You have Dorcan in the other.
And Ophelia will
so,
go.
and your whole go in the dragon group.
Ophelia will probably go with Foodie.
Yeah.
Who's going in the dragon group?
And Yura. That kind of cinches it.
Ophelia too.
One of us is gonna.
Xavier's girlfriend, Ophelia.
She's a super dope archer.
Yeah,
She's not Leon though, but she's dope.
Going in what group?
The dragon.
No, I call with him. One of us is gonna have to switch. And then I'm thinking about like
I want to go to.
any of her backstory. Jasmine cannot go away from the direct plan. So right now we're going over that. Right now.
Dan, what group is when, do we know?
Dan?
Ren's in the dragon group,
Whichever one, Jake is not in.
Huh?
dragon group. Jake is in the storm group.
Yeah, he said Ren's not going. He's
Yeah,
saying,
Ren's not
I know how to crochet, like I know somebody.
Oh, so he's not going in either group?
So I had to learn the actual.
Oh, so he's only playing Jake? So Ren's not going anywhere.
It's either magical or master craftsmanship.
they can just be here.
And we get to.
Molly only.
Probably tomorrow. Probably at the beginning of September, everybody's match pass to take out.
Or Molly agrees to the life transfer.
How much you pay for it?
Well then.
That's always a deal. That's
In the middle
the
range.
way you play.
I was switch groups. Nobody did.
What's up? House plan.
There's quite a bit of firepower.
Need to switch groups.
You're probably the most flexible. You'd be going here.
Yes, it's a
You'd
slate.
be going here for all of them. You could go to the dragon.
That's all I got.
You'd be going here for all of buddies, your group.
He's switching from.
So you seem to be doing.
I know.
Okay. So, we got it? Enough? We figure out the parental issues?
And Ophelia?
I will tell you, just so you know,
I have no idea if I'm selling anything.
okay, just so you know, both quests will lead to places that you're not expecting. So if you're like, well, I really want to go play dragons, but I have to go do this, don't worry about it.
Everyone's gonna play a dragon.
Yeah, everybody gets their own dragon. Y'all
There's
get
10 in one group and 15 in the other.
Want to say it again?
There's 10 in one group and 15 in the
Yeah,
other.
well,
I'm assuming 15 in the pages.
I wanna know what.
There are
All
3.
right, listen up, we gotta go. We're right on time now, we actually made that work, so a couple things we gotta deal with. So, at the beginning of the sessions tomorrow, in your session, whichever session you're in, we're gonna randomly determine right now which one goes when, okay, in a second. So they get done talking, I'm gonna flip a coin, and it'll either be one or the other, all right? Then, this table is a prop table. Okay, so tomorrow when you come in for your session, you will get your picture. We're gonna have the tables arrayed in a ring. You'll pick a spot at the table. The 15 group, big ring. Everybody sits at the table all facing the same direction, okay? And then your picture will be in front of you. Anything that's on this table you can use as a prop. The main purpose for that is like Jason said, I draw my sword. So you have this sitting down and you go, I draw my sword. And you can put your sword up. Or you go, you're talking and you're motioning, like Xavier's character, RJ's character, Xavier always has his sword out at odd times. So he's talking, he's going like, yeah, I was at the store buying bread, you know, and he's, things like that. So that's what this stuff is for. You can use it tomorrow. If there's somebody that they'll fit and you want to wear them, there's a couple of shirts made to look like armor there, that kind of thing. Also, those who are in the AM session get a special booby prize, although there's only 12, so if it's the 15 group, I'll have to figure that out. And these are dicey VCs, packs of dice. Inside there are 2 little tiny dice beads. And if you roll with these dice during the session, and you fail a roll or you are not satisfied with the roll, you can spend one of those beads to re-roll your dice. Okay? So that will be in the 8 AM session only. Also, here is a healing potion. There are 18, so I think that's enough for everybody. No?
I think the dragon party's gonna be.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, because some of the characters are double.
Yeah. With fixing the double thing, I think there should be 18 soon enough. And these are healing potions. There are 5d6 in each one, but I'm not going to tell you how they work until somebody uses one. Okay? So when somebody first drinks up their potion, whether they drink one of it, or take a swig of it, or drink the whole thing all at once, whatever, will determine how that is. So before you start your session tomorrow, you'll grab one of these and take it to your seat. You'll make sure your picture is at your seat and you're ready to go. And the 8 AM folks will get a dice set with the little re-rolls in it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to randomize. There are 2 quests beginning in the morning. One begins at 8:30 right after breakfast. The other begins at 1 o'clock right after lunch. I'm going to roll the dice. I apologize in advance if you don't get enough sleep. Oh yeah, hold on. Before we do that, there is one more thing that Clune needed to make sure that the group that goes to the Dragon's Lair is aware of, which will include Enura.
Those brave enough to face my uncle must know he is not a kind man. Should you come across him, he chooses only himself. There is a passage. I've not been home in some time. I don't know if it's still open, if it's still there. But near the mountain that you are traveling to, there's a snowy valley, I think it is.
Yep.
It's a snowy valley, and there you will find a temple to Nike.
Yep.
A temple to Nike, sorry, I don't have the text route to refer to.
Bro!
I'll go later.
There's a temple to Nike. Near that, there's a small passage that will lead you directly to the layer of the mountain that holds the statue. You'll have to find it, it's hidden, it's not well known, and unfortunately I don't know its exact location. But I do know that it is near that temple, and that is where.
And Enura says, I can get us to the temple. We'll start with that.
What part of the world is this?
It is in the western eastern lands.
Yeah, the western, eastern.
Okay? All right. So,
Northern, southern.
Real quick question. Are we gonna have time to rememorize
Southern North Dakota?
minorly? I just wanna swap around.
does Theon have a nap?
Theon always.
So yes. Theon can cast a nap. And how many casters? So Theon and 8 other casters.
Oh, there's only 2 of
They
us.
sleep 8 hours in 1 hour, and then you can rememorize. So, okay?
Dragon.
All right, so I'm gonna roll the dice. On odd, the dragon hunters will go at 8:30 a.m. On even, the page escorts will go at 8:30 a.m. Apologize to those of you who like to sleep in and are about to find out that you don't get to, okay?
Oh,
Odd dragon hunting goes at 8 a.m., 8:30. It is even.
Oh, man!
Big group, wakes up early.
Wait, which one?
So those taking the pages to Lord Zal are going early. Playing the storms at 8:30 a.m.
Hey, Ron.
Okay.